Even though Steven Universe is a children's show, it can get quite unsettling and even scary at times. I think Steven's subconscious aging powers is one of the most horrific powers that really meshed with his organic life. Through these 13 episodes, we've grown to care for our boy Steven. He's sweet and considerate and only occasionally obnoxious. But to see this lovable main character just completely decrepit with skinny adult hands, inches away from death, is just such a sad image. I mean, you give this godlike power to a child that's going through such strong emotions, and the powers are literally based on emotions. We're gonna get horrific, traumatic moments. Also subscribe, let's get to 70K, I want it now! Okay, so we start in Amethyst's room, a place we haven't seen inside since its first appearance. Unless you count that one time in Tiger Millionaire, like when she storms off. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the junk in the background. Maybe there's some clues to the... Oh my god! No!
What manner of magical alloy is this?
It's a burrito.
It's the tuna burrito from Aqua Mexican.
So we know that Steven Universe has a bit of an altered timeline than ours. For example, like Russia's just gone, right? But if we also look closely, like we can see part of Mexico is like underwater, which I never really noticed until like they mentioned Aqua Mexican.
That place closed like 5 years ago.
So does this mean instead of like just Mexican cuisine, it's called like Aqua Mexican cuisine? Let's just say all the tacos would be not hard shell, they'd be soft because of the water. There's an old Lion Liquors fridge in the back and also a #1 gem mug. I bet Steven made that himself. So this old painting of the gems sparks up a conversation.
The hard part was getting the shark to pose.
Why is everyone dressed like old-timey people?
They are old-timey people.
Wait, but that would mean... How old are you guys?
Much older than any human.
And as it turns out from, yet again, the episode Buddy's Book, these were the gems' like actual forms. Except for Rose, like I'm assuming she had to like do a shapeshift thing because that would infer that she got poofed or something.
Does that mean you'll live forever?
No, we don't age, but we can still get hurt and die.
Okay, so they're not immortal, but they're like immortal. Like they can die and stuff, but they can come back also. But they can also really die for real. But this conversation also sets up the catalyst for this episode. The gems may not age, but Steven clearly does.
We don't really celebrate birthdays.
Why not?
It's not our way.
And I really like how Garnet says this here. It's almost like Pearl is completely unfamiliar with the topic of birthdays, and Garnet's only recollection of it may be what happens in the future of this episode whenever Steven shows them. We know back on Homeworld there were some formalities and celebrations, but the concepts of birthdays wouldn't be one. I think it makes sense though how Steven wouldn't really question his surroundings until he kind of grew more critical thinking skills as he aged. I mean, he grew up pretty damn isolated. The only humans around him being his pretty distant father and the townies. He never went to school, and before Connie, he never really had any parents to compare his experience to others. Like this was his normal, but now he grows to finally question it. And after Steven realizes none of the gems have ever celebrated their birthdays, he vows to make up for it by throwing each of them a birthday party. Okay, Steven, like this cake and chair, you actually kind of outdid yourself. I guess it is canon Steven's a good event planner, so. Okay guys, finally the biggest plot hole of the show is fixed. Chaps are now called chaps. One of you guys pointed out in like an episode before this, it was just called chips, which is just outrageous. I can't believe this continuity error. Somebody find the storyboard artist who drew that and get me to that. And I honestly don't know how I never caught this detail until now.
Dad made me this outfit, and it brings me special birthday luck every year.
But Steven says his dad made him this outfit for his birthday, and just like Pearl and Garnet's outfits being consistent in Buddy's book, this detail is yet again consistent later on in the show. I can joke about the chips being chaps, but like the continuity in the show is really good, right? Or wait, I mean the chaps being chips. Damn it.
It might as well be your birthday. So why don't we have a party, even if your age isn't real and your body's an illusion? Hey! It goes like this. Lion, you're killing me.
Lion foreshadowing for when Lion mauls Steven to death in season 3. I was really sad when that happens.
Could it be a word just a tad mature for this ritual? Oh, go!
Come on guys, we were getting along so well last episode.
Here!
Aw, I'll use it all the time.
But also this joke of Pearl saying they're too mature for this, followed by Amethyst poke. It also shows like how the gems aren't really receptive to giving things Steven is interested in a try. Like look back to Arcade Mania, their asses were not excited to play those video games.
The pinata is an artifact from ancient Aqua Mexico.
And then we get another shout out from Aqua Mexico.
Am I getting close?
Higher.
That piñata is gonna be so really wet, just like the tacos, because they're all gonna be soft shell, because they all got really wet. Because it's aqua. Again, just like in Arcade Mania, the gems are deliberately shown to have a true disconnect with humans, even though every single human's lives were once in their hands.
You were supposed to get delicious candy when you broke it open.
Wait, you had candy and you didn't just give it to us?
Okay, well, so that one didn't go so well. Let's go to Pearl's party.
Happy birthday!
Bonk! Steven, that is a brave look.
No, it's funny.
How?
Wait, like why aren't clowns funny?
Bonk!
Oh, that's right.
Why did Pearl throw butter out the window?
You did what?
To see a butterfly!
I never did that. Steven, are you telling lies?
Okay, so yeah, this party isn't going very well either.
Pearl, do you like pie?
I do like pie.
Also, does anybody remember that MK Atwood pie YouTube video? What a fun era. Like, shout out to them. Secret rap career and stuff.
It's funny!
Pearl says she's all partied out and she's ready to go home.
Okay, Garnet's turn.
It's kazoo racers! You get in a car, you play a kazoo. What more could you want?
I think this is why aging makes humans die.
So again, the gems aren't exactly jiving with the birthday plans that Steven has.
Thank you for the birthday parties, but I don't think we'll need any more.
Why not?
Our age is only an illusion. And Pearl's pretty sure this ritual is more for human children.
Nothing against children.
And of course, the gems do have their own reasons that are valid for not understanding these rituals. Yeah, at the same time, they still aren't showing up for Steven.
You just get in, and then,
I get that. Which way to the baby war? Eat tread, dirtbag!
Who is handling a huge concept right now.
what if even I'm too old?
No way! You totally fit. Oh, my bad. You are too old.
Right after the episode, he learns his moms can conjoin together. He's now learning they're thousands of years old. So Steven genuinely needs time to think with the concept at hand.
Are you okay?
I just need to think. Kazoo Racer suddenly seems undignified.
Also, a cool detail I really like is that like the fog that we see rolling in here, it doesn't just appear here, it casually approaches throughout the episode. Similar to Frybo's environmental storytelling, it's very subtle and also natural, but still adds to the themes and the tone of the story. There's also a little foghorn sound effect. Neat.
I never realized birthdays meant leaving things behind. All these parties, ugh, so embarrassing.
Okay, Steven's gem is glowing. Oh my god, and he's turning into... Okay, if I get any comments, don't say that's my mustache, okay guys?
Oh, Onion, so young, so innocent.
So after spending some time playing games at the arcade, Steven decides he needs to lock in.
But a boy on the cusp of manhood can't spend the whole day whackering.
Post-whackering clarity is hitting Steven hard. And as Steven decides it's time for him to grow up and get a job, his gem glows once again, and he ages.
It's time to get a proper job.
Which, by the way, he's still being voiced by Zach Callison, which is so awesome. Like, what a cool range this kid had at the time. I mean, I say kid, he's much older than me. But he's younger than me in this, like, when he filmed this. I'm not a voice actor, but, like, that seems hard to do.
Surfmaster? No. Love Doctor? I'm too squeamish.
I feel like this detail points out how Steven is still a literal child in an adult's body. His concepts of jobs is walking in and picking one, highlighting how although Steven is feeling old, he's still that 12-year-old boy emotionally.
This day went so fast. I need a pick-me-up.
This is the realest thing you ever said, Steven. And as Steven enters the big donut, we see he's aged into his beefing with customer service status. Oh, you hate to see it.
I work here every day and I've never seen your mug before.
Oh, hardy har, Lars.
Huh?
I used to make jokes, but you know what? I've had a lot of time to think today, and sometimes you gotta smarten up. Act like an adult.
And then Steven gives Lars the old 1-2 finger wag.
One day, if you don't, everyone you know is gonna grow up without you. And you won't have little Steven to pick on anymore because I'll be a grown-up too.
So with Lars of the Stars coming out, this little zoom in and an emphasis on Lars, it's just, I really like it. Like knowing his character growth later on, it just feels like everything kind of fell into place the way he has like a really big emphasis here. And you know, in Lars of the Stars, Steven really did grow up and he will have to deal with magical stuff without Steven.
Steven who?
And oh, look at Sadie protecting Lars. Very in character for those two. But also going back to what Steven said, I like the idea that Steven kind of knows that Lars Lars picks on him. It shows off his emotional intelligence. Like we said, this is still Steven at a young age in there. He just emotionally feels older, so his body is transforming him older.
Steven Quartz Universe!
I think this is also the first time we hear Steven's full name pronounced, but it's also missing a few words there.
Steven Quartz Cutie Pie DeMeo Diamond Universe!
So Sadie and Lars think this man is just going nuts, and as Steven sees himself in the reflection, he has a realization.
And I want that donut right there! Ah! Ah!
Sir, are you okay?
I'm old!
It's okay, Steven. Aging is beautiful, even if you're robbed of your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, and you're still like 12 emotionally.
All my teeth are gonna fall out, and then I'll have to eat oatmeal, and it'll be sugar-free! Sugar-free!
Yeah, okay, no, this sucks. And he actually is starting to look like Greg here, which is funny.
I need a reverse birthday. The king costume. Will you help me into my birthday suit?
Yeah! You better run!
And now Steven, the young, rambunctious, only slightly annoying child, can't even run. He grows so old he loses mobility.
Lion!
And let's just take a look back at the beginning of this episode. Steven was just trying to be there for the gems, or rather spend time with them. And this is the result of a young child exposed to these things at such a young age. It forces him to grow up. In this episode particularly, Steven is literally forced to grow up.
You don't have to keep wearing that stuff.
It makes me feel important.
Steven!
You leave this kid for a second and he's either killing someone or he's on his deathbed. By the way, I keep like putting this Steven Universe future B-roll here because I really do believe that this incident with Jasper later on in the show also has Steven's aging powers come into play.
Not bad for 3 days of work. I didn't teach you that.
And it's also one of Steven's most tragic moments in his life.
Gems can't die from aging, but he's half human.
Can't we fix him?
My birthday suit might help.
Good as new.
So I also just want to focus on this concept a bit, right? Like Steven's age literally changes with his emotions. We'll even dive into how his relationships will be affected by this. And with Steven having the ability to control this power, you know, subconsciously or not, it's crazy that he can just die. Like at any point, he can escalate his age so much to the extreme that he just dies. As a young child developing these strong emotions for the first time, this great, all-powerful power Steven has, it's so dangerous.
We had a good run, huh?
More birthdays, now.
And this huff from Garnet is just tragic. It's like she saw Steven dying in a possibility and is like she just couldn't accept it. And it makes you as the viewer see something you're not used to. This stoic leader freaking out. You're like, wait, Garnet is scared. Okay, this is actually really bad. But the gems aren't able to help. In fact, they start making things worse. Steven grows older and older by the minute.
Pearl, get over here.
I can't!
For Steven!
Oh, look, I have what appears to be a delicious pie. I sincerely hope that nothing happens to... Oh, Steven!
Are you trying to kill him faster?
So obviously Pearl doesn't like food, right? And like that's why it's kind of difficult for her to do this. But also she's somebody that likes to avoid conflict, so she just doesn't want to see Steven like this. Also, her hugging Amethyst like this is just, it's such a good little real moment. The way like Amethyst shoves her off as well. And then the smart, all-seeing Garnet does this. Oh my god, that's like shaking not shaking baby syndrome. Oh my god, shaking old man syndrome. Like crazy image, like that's crazy. So Steven, barely breathing, hearing gone and blind in one eye, looks up at his family. Also note how his dad is completely absent and probably never knew about this incident.
I think the party approach was working. I took it to an order and everything.
So Steven's arc in future is letting go of this healer complex, right? And ultimately learning to be the one that needs healed.
Would you guys just please control yourselves?
Yet here, Steven's life is ironically saved by the resolution of conflict. A quite literal representation of how Steven survived his childhood. He was opposed to these impossible threats with no chance of physically defeating them. He survived with his words and his actions of selflessness. Which he does in this episode. His powers are tied to his emotions, and his innate desire to mend these relationships is what progressed him to get back to normal.
You have to feel like yourself, sweet and considerate and only occasionally obnoxious.
You really think I'm all those things?
Yes!
Why else would you throw us all those parties?
Steven goes through a quite literal representation of what is done to him throughout this series. He is forced to grow up. Just like at the end of Future, Steven learns how to fall back on the gems in this episode. I do think Steven kind of being forced to grow up is a bit of intentional symbolism.
Oh my gosh! You're right! I am pretty great!
Oh, Steven! Steven!
We'll work on the rest later.
And that's how so many birthdays ends. What I actually said in the beginning of this video, which I actually just kind of filmed like a second ago, so I actually remember it really well. I feel like this episode in particular just has the most horrific and existential concepts. And then of course with the retrospective of Future, it's like, yeah, this was probably one of Steven's most traumatic moments. Okay, top 3. Like, for sure. I think a big part of it is, like, rather than, like, a fusion or the cluster, right? It's Steven being affected. It's a sweet and innocent and only occasionally annoying Steven. Like, imagine having the power to literally, like, he knows the feeling and has lived being old. That would suck. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if I missed a detail that you guys noticed. Just go ahead and comment it below. And while you're on your way down there, why don't you subscribe? I want 70K now. I know I did that joke in the beginning, but I still want it. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.